Hi there, I'm back with another travel video. Today I have my phone with me because we are going to talk about my favorite travel apps. I'm going to share my top essential travel apps I nearly use every day when traveling. They are my absolute favorites and they help me out a lot. Now these days there are literally apps for everything, so you have to choose wisely which one you're going for and which one really helps you get what you want. When you're traveling you need a few different things. You need to know how to get from one point to the next. You need to know where you can sleep. You need to know how to handle the currency. And there are basically loads of situations where you sometimes need help. This is why we're getting straight into it. These are my essential travel apps and first one is coming up right now. Now the first and most important one for me is Google Maps. You probably all know how Google Maps works, but it just helps you so much to get from one point to the next. You can plan routes, you can find out how long it takes to get there by car, by public transport, or even by walking. You can also get a feel for the area you're in by looking at the satellite pictures on your app, and of course you can explore nearby restaurants, coffees and other attractions. But the absolute best thing about Google Maps is that it still tracks your location even though you're not connected to the internet anymore. You can still find out where you are and where these places you are looking for. So it really makes sense before you're leaving the Wi-Fi spot to have a look at your destination, really zoom in on these maps so that Google Maps can establish a good picture of your destination, and when you're there, when you're very close to your place, you can see where you are and you can see what streets you have to take to get to the place you want to go to. So let's quickly get into the app. I'm sure you all know how Google Maps works, so I won't go too much in detail, but let me just show you the basics. So here we are. I'm now here in Switzerland and I would like to go to Paris. So I just type in Paris. You can choose from station or just go for Paris itself. We're going to go for Paris Gare de Lyon. And so here's the route by car. It also shows us how much traffic we have to expect. And of course they also suggest a train route. When I have to change and everything else. They even suggest a walking route. It's going to take 5 days to Paris, which is definitely doable. Then there's also the option of going by bike. They also have that covered. And even if I lose internet connection, it still saves my route and it knows where I am. A very special tip I can give you, not many people know about, is the app called Rome to Rio. This app also helps you to get from one point to the other, but it shows you every available transport for exactly this route. I just found out that if there are local buses, they don't show up on Google Maps public transportation, but they show up on Rome to Rio transport. You can also buy tickets with Rome to Rio, they are very helpful. Now let's have a look at the app. This is how it looks when you open the application. It's very simple. You just type in your starting location. We are going for Paris Eiffel Tower. And then we want to go to, let's say, Prague Castle. And there it already is. As you can see, there are various different options and they also mention it with an estimated price. So this time the cheapest option might be to go with a bus. The Regio. You have to change multiple times. Then there's also flight connection mentioned. And you can also just go with trains or go by car as well. Now you're at your destination, you might want to look out for accommodation. I can especially recommend Hostel World. I usually go with the Hostel World app, it's very reliable and there are also ratings on each accommodation. It's very easy to find out where you want to stay. If you're opening the app, it asks you where you want to go. You want to go to Paris. 2 guests is fine. Check-in date, check-out date, very easy. And then click search. And here are your offers. You can of course filter these. Bring the price down. And we want the cheapest to show up first. Apply filters. And there you go. You can book straight through the app. I never had any problems with it. You can also save hostels you like, but as I'm not logged in right now, that's not possible. Of course, you can write ratings, they even ask you to. And there's also this thing called Hostel Speak. It's basically a translator, and it can be quite fun if you want to talk to someone in the hotel lobby and they don't speak your language. The next big app for accommodation is Airbnb, and I know many people prefer this to hostels. One, because it's a little more personal, but also because they offer very cool tours. You can join locals in daily activities, and you can all book this through the Airbnb app. So here we are, you have a few categories down here. You can explore places or just search for places you want to stay at or do activities at. You can go for Paris again. Check the dates. Add how many guests are coming. And the offers appear. It doesn't only show accommodations, it also shows experiences. You can join locals for concerts. For example here, private cabaret dinner. Most of the time this is just an opportunity to get more in touch with the people and the place you are visiting. If you like something and you want to remember, tap the heart. Choose a list you created. I already created the list Paris. Go to saved. Here I have one accommodation saved and one experience saved as well. Here you have your upcoming trips, no upcoming trips for me, and the places I've been before. In your inbox you can communicate with the owners of the homes you want to visit or the experiences you want to share with them. And of course you can also host yourself if you want to. Two small but very helpful apps are Pons, this is just a basic translator, and also Currency. There are a whole range of currencies to choose from, very helpful if you are in a new country and you don't really know how much everything is worth. Now, if a city is not really strong on public transport, you might have to go for a taxi service, and taxis can be quite expensive and they are not too safe either. So I usually use Uber, but in many countries like Southeast Asia for example, they don't use Uber, they use a similar type of application, but it basically all works the same. As soon as you open the application, Uber asks you where you want to go. You then type in your destination and it will show you your available drivers near you. I am currently in an area where there aren't too many Uber drivers around, but if you are in a bigger city, there will always be drivers around and you can pay them by cash or by credit card. If you want to pay by credit card, that's not really a problem. Just add your card to the system. And for me it has always worked out cheaper than taxi. The great thing is also that the app shows you which driver is coming to pick you up. You will see his license number and the type of car he's driving. This way you can make sure that you don't just hop in any random car on the street, but it's actually your Uber driver picking you up. The only downside there really is that you need internet connection. Sometimes you lose internet connection because you're in a foreign country and you're trying to find your driver and then all of a sudden the internet connection cuts. Then sometimes you can call your driver or just get back to the internet hotspot and look for him again from there. Last but not least, let me talk to you about Kiwi, one of my absolute favorites. This is a flight booking app. There are so many of these out there, but I just found that this one is the best. It really shows you how to get from one place to the next by plane the cheapest way. This app allows you to add different airports to depart from. And same with the destination airports. This is a very cool way to save money. Same with the dates, you don't just have to go for one, you can go for several starting dates, and of course you can do the same with the return. It then shows you the best option out of all of these possibilities, and that's really the way how I found to get the cheapest deals. You can also just search for flights anywhere, anytime if you just want to have a look. It has helped me out a lot and it's quite a fun app as well. These are my ultimate travel app essentials. I really use these on every trip I do. It would be cool to find out what apps you use to make your life easier while traveling. And apart from that, I thank you for watching and I see you in the next one.